Yo, it's your boy Jay Reid. I'm kicking with the Progress Report. Glad to be here. Thank y'all for having me. Twisted Jeans, you up next. I shout you out. You got to come through. Let's get it.
The Progress Report.
All right, what's going on? It's your girl Lala Shepherd. This is the Progress Report.
Boss with the most lit.
Hey, you see, I just pop up like that. All right, it's your girl DJ Excel.
You know, and we got our next guest.
Yo, it's your boy Jay Reid. I'm here kicking with the Progress Report. Let's get it.
Okay,
Okay,
he bought the
let's make a
devil's
toast.
juice.
Nah,
Let's
for
make
real.
a toast, man.
Yeah.
Long overdue the hard work. You know,
Yeah.
the Progress Report, Jay Reid,
Yes,
Chevy
sir. Same
meeting, all
here.
that good shit,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Let's get it.
Thank you.
Wait a minute.
Sure.
Not the young.
Right. But nah, man.
That's
Man,
dope.
thank you for being here, man. We really appreciate it.
Nah, I appreciate y'all for having me.
Absolutely.
It's like you said, a long time coming.
Absolutely,
Let's tell
man.
them what's up with Jay Reid. What you
Yeah,
doing?
what's up?
You know.
I guess if nobody knows, I'm a producer. I produce
Music producer.
Music producer.
Okay.
I guess the biggest song I've done, I got a couple platinum plaques. I got
Just
Chun
a
Li.
couple. Just a few.
Chun Li with Nicki Minaj, and I did Barbie Tingz. I got a gold plaque for that.
So,
Okay.
And then I got, the whole album went platinum as well.
So let me tell you, the crazy thing is, those is the two that I was rocking off. Like
She
those
did
is
say
the
that
one.
too. That
First
is
of
a
all,
fact. She did say
Barbie
that.
Tingz was my first one. Like
That's what's
that
up.
was.
I like that more.
But these
I mean,
both
you
remind me of
I
Up
did.
North beats
Right,
though.
right. And then, like when I was making them, I grew up on 50 Cent and,
Okay.
and Dipset and Jay-Z. Like, that's when,
That
when they
remind
was
me of like
popular, you know what
some
I'm saying?
like lean back.
Right.
shit, you know
I
what
mean,
I'm
that's
saying?
the type of shit you wanted, you know what I'm saying? So I really had, like you said, it was a once in a lifetime opportunity. So I really had to show up if I
That's
never
hard.
showed up
Yo,
before, you know what I'm
She'd
saying?
have been dumb. She would have been dumb. I mean, like, no, those songs go hard in the club.
Straight up. They still going.
Yeah, that's
go
what I'm
hard.
saying.
Yeah.
The Chun Li and all that, like that grew on me after Barbie Tingz.
And
But
then,
both-
she
Agreed.
got the Fendi line
Yeah.
after the Chun Li, you know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
it's real dope. It's just, it's still continuing, but, got to do a lot of more shit just to,
course.
keep the brand and shit going.
Now, did you already have like a relationship
Yeah.
with her? How did you get that to
Um,
happen?
Like,
Bitch, I've
really,
been on.
I've been, I was working a lot with independent artists. I'm from Atlanta, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I work a lot with whoever. I don't really have no standard of who I work with. If you don't even know how to sing or rap, I'm still gonna work with you. Try,
Okay.
just
All
to
right,
try
now
to
when I
see-
hit you up,
Nah,
Okay, well, hella niggas about
I
to
need
be
me
in
a
the
wine.
line.
First of all, he
Look,
got
I
those
need me-
plaques. I don't know.
I
if
need
you-
Nah.
me a Barbie things, bitch.
Nah, for real, we can go. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's what I do. You know, I really sit down with artists and really come up with stuff. But I met her through working with a dude named Brinks Billions. He was signed to Full Blown ENT.
Okay, I'm not hip.
Okay.
But it
With,
sounds familiar.
Mookie Mardi Gras.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. They
Okay.
was all on the same label. And
Okay.
I was really mainly producing a lot for Mookie and Brinks
Got
and
you.
a
Okay.
cat named Euro. So
Yeah.
I was over there working real hard. So really, Brinks had the relationship with Nicki. He worked with her previously, and it was just crazy because he was like, shoot, I'm gonna do this song. I did a song with him, and he was like, let me send it to her, and he sent it to her, and she liked it. She texted him back and was like, yo, me and my homie over here dancing to it right now. Like, we finna go
That's fire.
record it. So it was just like, shit, it's like, a dream come true. And everybody want to work with big artists, you know
Yeah,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
So that's
Hell
pretty much
yeah.
like, it was like, she
Yo,
called me
and-
up and it was like, it was over.
And
with.
not only
crazy.
that, but to get 2 placements
Yeah.
that
Two
were
of them
were some of the
things.
That were
hardest.
singles.
And I don't know, like it's just crazy because I always say it's like I feel like you need to trust the process and things are gonna fall into place in ways you can't even imagine.
Agreed.
Like how working over here will put you in. And I feel
Right,
like when
exactly.
somebody feel a beat, like they'll feel it, but they might not really follow up with like
Nah.
send me some
Wanna
shit.
hop on.
Right. I mean, but it took. I ain't gonna lie. Before she liked the first couple beats I made, I had to make a couple and send them to her. And she was like, "Nah, that ain't what I'm looking for. That ain't,
Respect.
But I was out there in LA just working. So it was like I had the opportunity to make up for whatever
That's
I
what's
didn't
up.
do the first time. So. Shit, it was like one night I was in that bitch and I made like 15 beats, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, fuck it, I'm just sending all on to her and see what she say.
Facts.
And the first 2, out of the 2 she heard was Barbie Tingz, and then I came back to LA.
That's crazy.
And we did the Chun Li record.
Chun Li.
Was you drinking Douce in the studio?
Right.
when you made
I'm
it?
gonna be
Nah,
honest.
it was tequila.
look. Shout out to
tequila.
Hillary. Hillary's she was her assistant at
Hey,
the time,
Hillary.
and
What's up, Hill?
she brought me a whole bottle of Hennessy.
Okay.
In there by myself. I'm in there by myself out there in
She
LA.
said, get creative, nigga.
Working right, and that's dope. You know, you want
Word.
somebody to believe in you like that and really
Absolutely.
like give you that opportunity to like, okay, let me see what you can do. You know what I'm saying? And shit, that's what happened. And, you know, like I said, been working with all these people that I've been working with and building stuff from scratch, having to cater to, you know, amateur artists and intermediate artists, just trying to, you know, make a sound and still being able to go out there and do the same thing.
That's really dope.
You remind me of B-High, how you talk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Radio shawty over this motherfucker.
Can you talk about, because like I said, that's not an ideal beat I would expect from a producer from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Can you talk about like changing it up and like, because I feel like some producers really got their style.
Right.
You know?
I mean, and that's the bad part about what producers have to offer these days, because, you know, like I said, I was in the band. I was in band for like from 6th grade till I graduated.
I keep telling my brother, like, stay in band.
You got to, because at the end of the day, you know, even after I graduated and I was looking for jobs, and I went to Alabama A&M for like a couple years.
Okay.
And I was like, you know, I don't want to do this, you know what I'm saying? So I had to really figure out what I want to do, and that was one of the things that I was, you know, good at doing, because I already knew music, I already knew how to play the piano, I already knew certain stuff. Yeah, I'm about to hit it. So I already knew certain stuff I can carry over to production, you know what I'm saying? So once I learned the Fruity Loops program and met up with a couple of people in college, they was doing it heavy, so I was like, okay, this
That
gonna be
makes
some
sense.
So
shit
you
I
made
can
those
do.
beats off of Fruity Loops?
Yeah.
That's
Both.
hard.
I made, and like I said, I did 5 off the album. I did Thought I Knew You,
That was my shit, too, because I was
That's
going through
crazy.
a breakup when that song came
Ganja
out.
Burn,
Ooh, I
Rich
think-
Sex,
Hold on.
I love
Chun Li,
Rich
and
Sex.
Barbie.
nigga.
So hold on.
AKA, you that nigga. You that nigga, bro.
Because I'll be feeling like when producers send in beats, like if they haven't really worked with you, like you might be like lucky to get
You
one
right.
beat.
That is
Right,
true.
agreed.
She probably was
Nah.
like- So you was never in the studio with her?
Nah, I was always in the studio.
Oh,
with her.
okay.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Like the first couple she did, I wasn't in the studio with her. That was like my breaking point. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But then it was
She
like,
was like, yeah, man.
yeah, come on out. Let me cater some stuff around. I got this verse. You know what I'm saying? I want this kind of beat. You know what I'm saying? That's really how the Barbie Tingz came up. Because really, like I said, I can make any kind of beat. It's just the fact that, you know, the artist has to kind of have something to guide what you want to do. Because if I want a trap beat, you a trap artist, I can make you a trap beat. You know, if you a New York artist, I can make you a New York or East Coast type beat. It just gotta have, you know.
So you think being in the studio with the artist is kind of key though?
That's the king.
People
of
be
all
missing
production.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you gotta think like, if I'm just sending you beats, how many other producers doing the same exact thing?
It ain't no vibe.
So it's like really, you just gotta keep working with people to gain a relationship first. It's like building relationships is bigger than anything you can ever do. Like you said, working with my first placement was Show the World, right? That was the biggest record Boosie had after he came out of jail.
Oh, yeah. We gon' show the world.
So that was my
Thank you, Lala.
You ain't have to do the last part. No, you did not.
it was straight. We go
Drink
work
this
on
water.
that.
He said he worked with artists who
He
don't really
did.
got talent, so maybe.
So yeah, but like I said, what if I stopped working with people and like,
The
yeah,
haters.
I only work with Boosie, and I met you working because I did some stuff with Done Deal.
It's crazy. That's what, and then of course you work with Blazer and
Right.
Lil A. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Relationships.
All right,
a
so
long
it's
time
just
coming.
and keeping your face good. You know, at the
Yeah,
end of the day, you can't be out here being petty and being Hollywood. And,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my approach. Like I just want to
Right.
work with everybody. I don't really be having no standard of who
You
I
seem
work
like a
with.
good vibe
I'm
kind
gonna
of
ask a
dude.
question.
Yeah,
I'm
positive vibe.
Okay,
I'm good.
so
I'm chilling.
let us know, man. Like, you know, Nicki Minaj she shaped, you know, hip hop. It like, how the fuck was it being in the studio with Nicki?
It was like I said, it's more so like a dream come true, and that I was most so ready for too, because it's like
Absolutely, you gotta be ready.
you can't be no, I'm a starstruck kind of dude to be
Right.
like around these folks.
Your hands be
Fast,
shaky
fast.
like it's this.
So at the end of the day, I was just, like I said, I was just being myself. Like, I ain't really, of course, got as much money as you had. She's a 9, 10 figures.
Okay.
She
You know what I'm
had
saying?
money
So-
before we even knew about
Yeah,
it.
so at
You
the
know
end of the
what I'm
day,
saying?
working for somebody like that who trusting you with their sound is like, okay, bro, I know I'm supposed to be here. You know what I'm saying? So I
Absolutely.
can't really be
So
playing no
It
games.
wasn't about you though, cause she let you go back, make more beats.
Facts,
Like you
facts,
would have thought
facts,
she
facts.
probably would have.
Nah, he probably was showing out.
Yeah,
I mean,
what you think it
I
was like
think
to make
knowing music, bro. Like just knowing, like, oh, I know how to put melodies together and make real music. Like I was in the orchestra, I was in marching band, I was in jazz band. Like
yeah, because Ganja Burn's like a whole reggae.
I fuck with that song. I like that shit.
You very versatile just from saying that
Facts.
and then to Boozy, but
and then Blazer.
Shout out Blazer.
Blazer,
The
yeah.
It's out now. Okay.
Yo, the crazy thing is, I was driving today and I was just thinking this, so I want to get your opinion. Okay. All right, like, because I'm sure you got some checks off of that, right? But you said it also was a dream come true. Right. What is more important to you, the success or the money? Because you know what, sometimes I think like even no matter how much money I get, like when I actually succeed, that's a whole different type of accomplishment.
I feel like, you know, the money come and go. You know what I'm saying? Niggas buy jewelry, niggas buy cars, niggas buy all kind of stuff to satisfy their living or feel like, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be at. You know, and this is what I deserve to have. But at the end of the day, success kind of build your legacy. You know what I'm saying? Like for a lifetime. You know, like that song is platinum. If you ever look up,
it's forever platinum.
And it's going down in history.
Right. So at the end of the day, it's like you can never give those kind of moments up. Like I got that. Me in the studio with her and what's the dude's name?
That's hard.
The guy in
Meek Mill.
No. Oh God.
Who Birdman? Birdman? Who Lil Wayne?
I just got a picture in my phone. Like
no, we being petty.
Wow, we are super petty.
He like Nicki. Well, I like Nicki.
Yeah, so she cool, man. That's why I call her OG. She showed me a lot.
I got another question. Okay, now I gotta ask this because you know when those two songs came out. That was when, you know, Nicki wasn't just the only female artist anymore, you know, so it was important for her to, you know, come in making a statement. Agreed. So what's your opinion on, or what's your thoughts when people they didn't like the records? They didn't like what she was talking about.
I think it wasn't even about that to me. It was about more so like, shoot.
He said, "Y'all, it ain't about these beats."
I mean, it was just the fact that just to have my shit worldwide.
I feel you on that.
It didn't even affect me because then.
Yeah, because it's different for
I'm gonna be honest. I was more scared of the bars than I was.
They're crazy.
Come on, bro. Like at the end of the day, they was like, "This shit better be hard, or your career is over."
Right.
Before it started, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it was like
with the Hennessy bottle, all right, nigga. This shit better be hard.
Yeah, so it was like, you know, I was like more so like, okay, it was more like, okay, I impressed a lot of people that I was, you know, shit, so I was happy with whatever
your job was done.
With it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
How long have you been
shit.
producing for?
Probably I guess about 15 years.
Yo, and do you feel like that was like your big break?
Yeah, definitely.
So I just want to make that clear too, because a lot of people, you know, they feel like. But do you feel like everything you've been through actually helped build you up to this time?
Yep, the disappointments, you know, I ain't never told this story. I'm gonna tell it though.
Okay. Exclusive.
I was at a beat contest one day. I was probably like in my 20s, right? Back in Atlanta, I was, you know, making my little network and I get the beat contest. Lil Duval was hosting the beat contest.
Okay.
Oh, he got jokes.
He's crazy.
So I played some beats. Folks was, you know, messing with the first couple. Then I played one that had like a sample in it. But he went to town on my ass. Like, he just let me have it like in front of everybody. So that was like, okay, I gotta get back to work. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That didn't deter me from what I was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? But it also let me know shit. At least I had a couple wins, but you know, obviously I needed to work on some shit. You know what I'm saying? So all that type of stuff built me up to be able to get in front of somebody like her and say the same shit.
True.
Because if I wouldn't had that experience, maybe I wouldn't have been able to deal with her saying, "Oh, I ain't like that beat." You know what I'm saying? My confidence wouldn't have been as high. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I feel like it's really big to tell your journey because everybody's journey is different. But sometimes nowadays people think like it's an overnight success or it's like 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And you think you've been grinding really hard for 2 years. You think you should get it, but I bet when you was going hard for 2 years, you thought you should get it too.
Nah, for real.
But then you still happy 12 years later that damn it finally came. But when it came, you had the experience to deal with it, you know. So I just be trying to make that clear because my ass been in this shit for like 12 years.
Nah, for real.
God
damn. You DJ?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And that shit ain't easy either. You know
but every year you still are progressing.
Right. It's more, especially with technology. Like everything is, you can learn stuff every day. Especially, you know, teenagers, they come up with different shit. You know, so
it's crazy.
Facts.
Can you talk about just some of the things, some of the hardships, some of the things that you overcame, some of the disappointments, because I feel like you said, it's very important to talk about. And I feel like a lot of the times people that's in their peak of their career or just doing really well, people don't even think that y'all been through or we've been through disappointment. So talk about a few examples if you don't mind.
Other than being played with Duval.
I mean, that was probably the hardest one, just because it was fronting a whole crowd of
He
people
was
at the Uptown Comedy Club.
What did you sample?
I don't even remember. It was like, that was a minute ago.
Lil Duval's silly
I wonder
too,
what you
man.
said.
He probably
He's silly as hell, man.
I all the disappointments I look at, most of them was probably like I ain't get paid for something, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, something made me just want to stop and just, nah, it was more so like, shit, I ain't get paid or I'm pissed off about not getting paid or something. And I got to go sue somebody or something, you know what I'm saying? So
That's never fun.
no, it's not, and it's expensive. So
So what I think I heard like producers go through is like you sending music off to like these big artists and happy like you finally get your stuff to them, and they might lay a track but they might not use like the record.
On the album.
Do you like wait like you don't know or?
I mean, being that I had these relationships, I don't never be in that position. Okay. I made a decision a long time ago that I wasn't gonna do that because it's just too competitive. Yeah. You got 100,000 people who make beats now, and then shoot, a lot of these artists have producers with them now, that's young and coming up. So now it's just like, let me build relationships with people who I know and just dominate on their projects.
Okay.
So that's what you think is like key, like building these relationships rather than just sending people beats.
Yeah, because I can send 1,000 beats. You know what I'm saying?
Spamming somebody.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, they ain't got to pick one on.
Right.
And how I ever know?
Yeah.
And they producer might take some flow off your shit and they not have to pay you
that's
nothing.
That's why that ain't smart to do. Because, it's a lot of producers now who send their samples out.
Oh, hell nah.
Yeah, like they sit like, okay, they'll sit and make in the studio and they'll make melodies, right? Like 10, 15 of them and send them to you, right?
Nah.
And you supposed to just use them and then send them to folks and then pay them like.
Oh, hell no.
So at the end of the day, you putting your shit at risk. Because you ain't letting, shit. If I wanted to use it and not tell you, how you gonna know?
That's crazy.
So it's just the
Niggas
wild west.
Easy way
Right.
But I think like
Quick
just in this
come-ups.
business alone, we hear all the time it's about relationships.
Right.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like Coop said last week, we had DJ Coop come up here.
Okay.
He said it's not about who you know, it's about who knows you.
Yeah.
All the time. And I'm like, damn, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So tell the world, what is Chevy Music Group? Because for your tag, that's what you use.
Right.
Okay.
Chevy Music Group is my company. Obviously, I'm actually starting a record label called Chevy Music Universe.
Nice.
And obviously I produce for a lot of artists, independent artists, and shit. Like I said, Blazer. I got a list of them.
The 5.
I love that record. I love that Feel Good record.
Blazer
You just heard it on the way over.
First of all, Feel Good. That shit about to go crazy.
Nah, it is.
That shit about to go bananas.
So yeah, I mean, I just be wanting. I'm trying to figure out the question. That shit go.
Look.
I ain't
My
like
dumb ass. I know. Look. Oh, I was talk about Chevy Music.
Okay, Chevy Music. Yeah, I can't forget about that. Nah, that's my company. That's what we working on. I just signed my first artist, Jamar Langley. He's a guitarist and a singer.
Okay.
I just signed another group called Pacino Brothers.
Okay.
They dope as hell. I'm working on a lot of other artists. Like I said, at the end of the day, to me, it's more so about a brand, not just stamping nobody and say, oh, you belong to me. You know what I'm saying? It's more so, okay, I want to empower you with some good music. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing and, hustle your own way. You know what I'm saying? But if we do come up on a bag or something, I wouldn't mind putting it behind you because guess what? I'm already doing your whole catalog. Okay. You see what I'm saying? So
smart.
I'm just thinking a whole different way because
you believe in it, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, shit, if I can do it for her, I can do it for y'all.
Yeah.
Undoubtedly, you know what I'm saying? So, in the same way, you know what I'm saying? You tell me what you want, I'm going to produce it.
So I got a question. So, all right. So coming from, everybody got their ups and downs and whatever. You coming from that Nicki high, I'm sure it's like a high, right?
Yeah.
To
Okay, say that.
In a sense, being humble enough to come right back to the dude that ain't broke yet. Like, how does it? Is it humbling? Is it like, nah? I know I still got grind. I know the highs is gonna come with the lows. Not saying that's low, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes when you that high, you be like,
I think it's important. I think that's what a lot of people miss their market because they don't go back to the trenches.
True.
You want to go straight to Hollywood, and
Big
Hollywood
facts.
don't know you like that.
Real
Facts.
shit.
So because you just came in here with one nice big record, you know what I'm saying? And that's dope. But shit, unless you gonna sign one of these deals, which I didn't do because I was like, shit, I ain't trying to get locked into nothing. I ain't really, and then a lot of these execs, you don't know them, so it's like, shit, I ain't finna just get locked in.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So my ass came back here and I put my work in.
Was you taxing these artists?
No, because a lot of them, like I said,
Right.
probably don't even pay.
Okay.
Because I'm not, that ain't what I'm doing it for. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, a lot of these other shit is going to help me live and do what I need to do. But I'd rather spend time empowering other people that's trying to do this shit for real and really come up like Blazer.
The 5 is that now, yeah.
That's dope. And I feel like if you really believe in what you're doing, that money would come in the back end.
Absolutely.
Rather for some of these people that can't pay that straight up.
Straight up.
But if you believe in it and you putting your heart into it, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's respect for real.
Yeah, no, we definitely respect that. I respect anybody that really loves their craft and they really trying to do it for the right reason. So you know what I mean. But we want to ask you, man, what does the word progress mean to you? The name of the show is called The Progress Report. He was ready, he said, well. But go ahead. What the word mean to you? Right, go ahead. What it mean to you, man?
Progress to me mean, stepping in the right direction, like really, believing in your dream and really like achieving it, really like trying to really make the steps to really go towards it, because without that you're stagnant, you know what I'm saying? You're really just doing the same thing over and over, which is called insanity, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you gotta make progress. But without progress, you ain't going nowhere. So definitely.
Simple enough.
Can I ask you one last question? Do you think the producers are becoming the rock stars now?
They've been the rocks.
I think it's
the forefront, like seeing the face.
I think it needs to happen like that, because if you think about music and any song, 50% of it is the damn music. So
I would say like 80%.
Nah, it is. A lot of times it depends on the artist. You know what I'm saying?
They everything, bro.
So I think it's just, as other producers, I would love, like my boy Twisted Genius, shout out to him. He signed to QC. I would love him to be on the show with y'all and come up here and talk and tell his story. Yeah, tell him, man. Because it's a lot of them out here that don't know. Okay, you might just need some PR. Go get you a publicist.
Tell them to call me, man.
You did. Call Lala.
All right,
Call
cool.
me, man.
Thank you.
1-800-LALA-SHEP.
You did?
You need that number, bro. 1-800-LALA-SHEP.
That's funny. That's a good one.
You said it like all the digits match up.
I'm hoping.
It sound like it could. It sound
I'm
good.
hoping, because that'll be lit.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
But now you right though, man. I mean, that's a good question. No, I really always really felt like producers were the key element.
She don't listen to no lyrics.
Producers don't get enough credit, man. They don't get enough credit, bro.
And, like you said, I think it's
everything.
on the producer to step out there and say,
You right,
that
build
little
their brand.
upfront money you spend,
You
you just
right.
got that little 10,000, 5K, gonna spend 1,500 on the PR.
You right.
And go on and go do you some publications. You know what I'm saying? Really get talked about.
That's a
the
fact.
game,
Like,
free game.
Business move, man.
Yeah.
You're right.
Because ain't nobody told me, I just found out.
I know
Likewise.
Lala gonna repost that so
I'm
she can get her.
Fuck
got it
it.
all like
Y'all need PR.
Nah, for real. Artists too,
fact.
like you
Reid
said.
approves.
You still gotta have something to talk about. So once you make something happen, then you get PR. Don't just go get PR and you coming out the street and you ain't got nothing going on.
No, that's a fact.
smart.
You gonna be wasting money. So
Lala's like, we have nothing to push at this point.
I done been there, done that. But you know me, I'm a make
She
lemons
make it
out of
hard.
lemonade.
Okay.
Go do something, boy. But nah, that's
Lemons
that's
out of
what's up.
lemonade.
Lemonade out of lemons.
See that?
that's fun.
Orange juice out of oranges.
Yeah,
Okay, there we go.
Limeade out of lime.
All right, we
get
I'm
it.
fucking with you, but now thank you for coming through the show, man. Let them know your social media. Where can they find you?
My social media is Reid, the producer, JREID, the producer, and a couple projects I'm working on. I'm working on Zonique project. She finna come out with a dope project.
Yes.
Also Beja project.
Okay.
A couple artists on independent, Keys, Hard Work, Mean World. Like I said, Patino Brothers. I'm just working on a lot of independent projects because, like you said, just trying to stay busy. So shout out to all y'all. Let's get it. Keep this shit rolling.
Yes, sir.
The Progress Report.
Yes, sir.
Why were you going crazy? Crazy.